Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Anca and I do art and illustration related videos. So if you're into that, make sure you subscribe and check out the other videos on my channel. So in today's video, I thought I would answer some questions regarding having an online shop. You will see me pack up orders in this video. I had a sale in my shop last week and I decided to film packing up the orders. And I thought it would be a good time to answer some of the questions that I get regarding having an online shop. So I got some questions on Instagram. I will answer those first. So two people asked pretty much the same questions, which is where to start with having an online shop, most important things to consider first, or how to start. So I knew I wanted to have my online shop like 3 years ago, and I've been working on that to make this a reality. The first thing I think you should figure out is what you want to sell in your shop. Whether you're an illustrator or you do handmade things, it's important to have like a general idea of the products you want to sell. Also, it's a really good idea to work on your website. I personally use Squarespace because it's just easier for me, and I wanted to have the full control of how to edit my shop and how to make it look, and if I want to change something really quick, then I can do it without the need of a program or a website designer. So I would recommend you check out Squarespace. They have like a monthly fee and they have business and commerce programs as well. And yeah, it's really easy to set up your own shop this way. Another advice I would give is to test out the waters. So before I actually opened my shop, I did have quite a few products that I took with me to design fairs, and I got feedback from people. And also I made a lot of products for Patreon, and I also got feedback from my patrons as well. So you can kind of get a general idea this way of what types of products you should make and what the audience wants from you. And also you can post them on Instagram if you don't have your shop already open, and try to sell a few through that platform and see if it works and if it generates interest. Also, a big thing to consider is to figure out shipping. So that was probably one of the hardest things to do. I personally use the post office because it's the most affordable, and because of this my products tend to be pretty small and pretty flat. I send everything in flat cardboard mailers, and that is the least expensive choice I can have in my post office. So you have to consider everything into account, so the cost of products, the cost of shipping, and how much you will charge for them. So basically you have to think this all ahead before even starting to think about how your shop will look and stuff like that. And another advice I would give you is to talk to an accountant to figure out the steps you need to take to open a legal business, because you can't really have an online shop without owning a business. And in Romania you have kind of two options, either a SRL or a PFA. And I personally have a SRL, and for that you do need an accountant to take care of your taxes and basically handle all that accountant stuff I'm personally not very good at. So you also need to consider that you have to take product pictures and you have to market each of the product online. So I would suggest you open up several accounts, an Instagram account, a Facebook account, and stuff like that, where you can promote your website and basically market it there. So I hope this answers your questions on where to start. I think it's nice to have an idea for the shop and to go from there, test out the waters, and take care of the legal side. So another question is how to deal with gaining audience. As I said before, you should have an account on several platforms where you post consistently, which is the main thing you should consider. You should advertise your products over there, but without it being too much. So if you just advertise, then it will be off-putting for your audience. As an illustrator, I found that having a YouTube channel and an Instagram account has really helped. I get a lot of my sales and people coming to my website from YouTube and Instagram, so I would say focus on one or two platforms where you think you would do well, and try to post as consistently as you can on those platforms. Also, engaging with your followers is a good way to bring more followers along, and sharing other people's work is also a good way to get into a certain type of community. So the next question is, how do you decide which products to produce? Now this is very random for me. I knew from the beginning that I wanted to have stickers because I really like producing them, and I think they are a pretty cool thing to add to your shop. I knew that I wanted art prints because as an illustrator it's pretty much the go-to product you should have. But when I'm running out of ideas, I either look for suppliers and what they can provide for me, and I also like to look at other people's shops to see what they have, and maybe I can produce something similar as well, not in terms of the design but in terms of the products themselves. If you follow a lot of illustrators, you will see that most of them have very similar products in their shops, like stationery, art prints, stickers, pins and stuff like that, tote bags and t-shirts. So it's pretty much a standard in the illustration community. It's also important for me that my items are small. As I said before, I need to cut down on shipping costs, and shipping big stuff costs a lot more. So the smaller and the less heavy they are, the better for me. That way I can add the shipping cost at a reasonable price. And I also like to think of my products as being useful and also very cute. So that's one thing I consider when creating products. Another question I got was, how many products do you order from a vendor at a time? I usually order between 25 and 50 products, depending on if I want to add them to my shop or I want them exclusive on Patreon. But for me, this is the typical amount. Usually at 50, you get a sort of a discount from any type of manufacturer, and it's not such a big amount that I don't have a place to store it, and I can sell them in a reasonable amount of time and get my money back. Another question is there anything about running an online shop annoying, like taxes, customers, social media? I will say taxes and invoices and stuff like that is a bit annoying for me. I don't really like that part, but I have to do it. However, I'm very lucky that I have an accountant who helps me out a lot, and I suggest you get one as well. Besides that, posting on social media can sometimes be draining. Posting consistently is definitely something you have to do in order to keep your followers engaged. So that can be a bit tiring at times. But I usually just take like a 1 or 2 day break and it's fine. And also trying to figure out what products I should make in the future and how to market my online shop can also get a bit stressful at times, and it's hard to come up with so many ideas, especially when you're trying to come up with ideas for illustrations as well. Overall, I don't think there's anything in particular that's very annoying besides all the paperwork you have to do with running a business. So the last question I got was, how are you able to balance other aspects of your life with packing stuff from your shop? If you don't know, I have a full-time job, so I work a 9-to-5 job, and I do this in my spare time. So basically it's a lot to handle. I do a lot of the work during the weekends and in the afternoons. Most of the times in the weekends I am working on a Saturday, pretty much 9-to-5, and Sundays I take it more easy, but I balance it with working whenever I get the chance, or whenever I have a few spare moments. I like to work even if I am really tired. So for example, I packed orders last weekend all weekend long, and I usually edit a video in the weekend as well, so I didn't get to edit the video, and now I'm editing it during the week. So it's basically making your schedule work for you. It's hard at times and it gets a bit much, but I think it's worth it if you want to do what you love doing, if you want to have a shop and you want to engage with people who are in the same mindset as you. So I think it's definitely worth it, even if my spare time is not as much as it used to be. So these are all the questions I got. I will have like a more proper video in the future, talking more in depth about my shop and pricing and all the stuff you have to complete to open up a business. But I thought it would be nice to pack some orders and talk to you guys about this stuff. And I hope you find this video interesting. Let me know in the comment section if you have any more questions and I will answer them. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.